Hi, my name's Steve Aiken. I'm the leader of the Ulster Unionist Party, and I just wanted to talk to you a bit about the Northern Ireland centenary. I'm going to talk for a very short time on sort of the last 100 years, but what I really want to talk about is the future, and what a great future Northern Ireland's going to have, because the future of Northern Ireland is built on one thing, and that is the people of Northern Ireland, and the ability of the people of Northern Ireland to be able to deal with all sorts of situations, but above all, to make use of our best and our most appropriate natural resource, which is ourselves. Because if we go back 100 years or even before that, Northern Ireland, and indeed Belfast, was the equivalent of a Seattle or the Silicon Valley. It was a place of entrepreneurship. It was a place of new and exciting technologies. And for those of us like myself who spent for so long in the Royal Navy, you look at what our maritime history was, you seem to forget, and many of us have forgot, that that was the technological edge of the era, and the amount of innovation that came from that. And if you just look at everything that's come out of Northern Ireland in the last 100 years, you look at Dame Jocelyn Bell, you look at her work on pulsars, you look at sort of the whole story about the Martin Baker ejector seat, you look at sort of the industry and the developments, you look at Dr. Pantridge and all the works to do with heart defibrillators. You look at all those things that were built on ideas, and ideas are about the future. Now let's look now about what we've got going for us in Northern Ireland. We're part of the United Kingdom, and a United Kingdom that can be and is strong and vibrant. It's multicultural. It's got so many ideas. It's got some of the best universities in the world. It's got some of the best ideas and making those ideas work. It's got some really strong points that we as Ulster Unionists and people who believe in the future of Northern Ireland want to be part of. And look, we've been through a traumatic time recently. We've been through COVID, and hopefully we're getting beyond that. We need to be able in a position to recover. But this is where Northern Ireland can work to its strengths. Because, even though when we deal with the challenges of climate change and the fact that, we in the Ulster Unionist Party want to see us get to zero net carbon, not by 2050, but by 2035, Northern Ireland is the place where we can do that innovation. Northern Ireland is the place that we can make the transformations in agriculture, smart grid distribution systems, use the leverage from our universities and our skill sets that are there, and bringing those all together to make Northern Ireland a much transformed and a better place. And we can do that because people want to come to a place that has the natural amenities that has Northern Ireland. But they also want to interact with our people because we are diverse, we are innovative, and we are all out there. And we love being out there and doing what we want to do. Whether it's in sport, having people like Jonathan Ray, and hopefully by the time you've seen this, he'll probably be the 8-time world champion. Seeing our snooker players, our soccer players, our GAA players, you see our tennis players, all those people in sport. We see all the people in culture and the strength of our cultural gathering and what we do, and the diversities of culture that's helped sort of spawn an entirely new industry. We call it the Game of Thrones effect, but it's much more than that. It's about being able to leverage that natural talent and make something of it. And that's what we want to do. We see it in the pharma sector. We see it on new drugs. We see it in new innovative techniques to deal with diseases. We also see it in financial technologies. We see it in how people are now looking at AI and using that as a growth zone. These are all things that Northern Ireland could and can make good, because Northern Ireland is a great place to live. Northern Ireland has a huge amount of potential.